So now with dignity, I have control. If people are criticizing the product, then I'm able to change it to suit the market. That's the control that I'm talking about. And that control, in a way, indirectly will also benefit the brand, will also grow this brand. Where else with the previous company, I never had control of that.
So as you're talking, right, and especially when you mentioned the fact that you already had a brand, you already had the money.
Yes.
So meaning you had worked to the part where you've become rich. And now it feels and it sounds like you are willing to sacrifice the riches to build wealth.
Yes. Yes. That's it.
Why is that sacrifice worth it?
When you build wealth, it's not for now. There was a recording that I did.
Is riches for now? Before that, you tell me about the recording?
I think so. I stand
Is
to be
riches
correct.
for now
It
and
is
wealth
now.
for long term?
Yes, for long term, for the next generation.
Okay,
Yes.
tell me more.
I was saying this to my kids. I might not benefit the way I want to with this project that I'm currently working on. But definitely, one thing for certain, the next generation will benefit from it. They will reap the rewards from this. So it is worth it. It is worth every sacrifice that I made. The riches that I had with that company, it was only benefiting me then temporarily. But with this is a legacy. I mean, I'm about to bring the plant in the country. It has never happened. We never have an organic biodegradable plant in South Africa. This is bigger than Vivian. Think of the amount of women that have partnered with me. We're now thinking farm where we can plant the cotton wool, our own cotton wool. We might not benefit, but the next generation will benefit from this. This is the generational wealth. I mean, today you cannot talk about sanitary napkin and not mention dignity. You can't. You talk about sanitary napkin, you'll mention dignity. Isn't it that? The wealth that we're talking about?
Absolutely. And I'm sure a lot of people have seen or know about your success.
Yes.
But what are some of the struggles that are there that people don't know anything about? When they see you in your makeup, in your business suit, you getting deals done. What are some of the challenges that you've gone through to get to where you are that people are not aware of?
Yeah, there's a lot. Not everyone that I started with, not everyone that you start with, you'll finish with them. I lost many people along the way. Some didn't buy. Okay, they bought into the vision in the beginning. But remember, because there was no money, some fell off. You lose people along the way. I was rejected as well by many people when I presented this. They loved it. They loved the idea in the beginning, but when it's time to fund the idea, you get stories. And I will hear things. I mean, in the beginning, I will hear things like, because my project was in the phase approach. I used the phase approach where I was importing the product first into the country just to test the market. I didn't start with the big bang. It made business sense for me to use the phase approach to import first.
Phase approach.
Yeah, the phase approach to import first. Then once the product is received well, to move into the second phase, which is the assembling the product here. And the last phase was the plant. So for me, it made sense to do it like that than just go big bang. Because if I went with the big bang, it would have meant that I must wait for 2 to 3 years before launching the product. And by the time you decide on launching the product, maybe someone would have had the same idea, So I said to the team, let's start with whatever we have, which means the little resource that we were using. Then I got, for me, I thought that was a great idea, but I was rejected. I mean, I heard stories like, and this was from women. You'll be shocked because most people that are supporting dignity, it is men than women. I expected women to be the one that are buying into this. But to
I
my
get we are
surprise,
buying for our girlfriends now.
No, to my surprise, it is men that are buying for their girlfriends, not women. I mean, heard a story from one organization, and this is a big organization that I looked up to. I went to them, because I understood the influence they had in our country. So I went to them and I said, hey, there's this product. With your backup and your buy-in, this thing can explode. They were like, yeah, we'll support you.
I can
But
mention them. Is it ANC?
yeah, it's ANC Women's League.
Okay.
You'll get me into trouble. I went to them. It's Women's League, it's a ruling party. They have the majority. So I went to them, I presented this product. They were excited. They loved the presentation. The presentation was great. But after the presentation, their leader said, why should we support her? She's not manufacturing here. But I did explain why I was not manufacturing here. At that time, it didn't make business sense for me to manufacture the products in the country, because having a plant here, it meant serious financial muscles that needed to be injected into the project. And because of that, they rejected. They decided.
Why didn't they inject the funds?
Exactly. That's what I heard. But my team, they thought I would be discouraged when I heard of the news. But I was excited. I was excited. When people talk about the product, it's a good thing. It means they know that it's a good product. They've heard about it. They know that there is potential. Because otherwise, if it's a useless thing, they won't talk about it. That's why people were criticizing you, because they saw the value in what we were doing. And that's why they were criticizing the sound and the quality of the video. Otherwise, if there was no potential in what we were doing, they were not going to critique that. So the same thing with ANC Women's League. So when they were criticizing what I was doing, I was happy, and I responded. I responded back to them. I said, I'm a businesswoman. It didn't make business sense for me then to have a plant. But now, because the product is out there and the streets are not monopolized, then I'll bring the plant. That's what I said. That was my response to them. So they thought I would be discouraged. I will not continue with the project. But we continued with the team. The team grew. Even the retails that rejected us in the beginning, they came and they approached me now to say they want the products into their shelf. They love the story behind Dignity.
So, when you look at your journey over the years, what are some of the key principles that you think have guided you in building yourself up in your financial success?
Perseverance. If I didn't persevere, I don't think I'll be where I am today. And consistency in doing the same thing over and over again. I'm